Disney's Descendants movies and their franchise is back for what is said to be the last Descendants film. Disney is well known to keep the young and young at heart fan base, and after 2 full-length movies and a prequel, they still want more. The Disney Channel is right on time with Descendants 3. What does Disney have in mind? There is more than enough romance in the Descendants 3 trailer, and we are right on time with your look at the couples you might see in Descendants 3. I'm Villy, your villain princess, back to let you know what clues we have found for you and your fellow Disney Channel Descendants movie fans in the trailer, which was just released. But before we let you in on possible couples you might see in Descendants 3, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the latest news on Descendants 3 and all other Disney Channel fandom. Number 8. Maleficent and Hades. This is a very long story, but in case you're late to the villain kid party, from the beginning, there has been a lingering question as to who Mel's father is. Most theories indicate that Hades is her dad, with Maleficent as her known mother, and Hades showing up in Descendants 3, it seems obvious that the question of Mal's dad will finally be resolved in Descendants 3. We also now know that the actor who plays Hades is on the list for D3, but Maleficent isn't. Disney has been known to keep things top secret until the premiere, so it's still possible that you might see these villain parents reunite as a villain couple. Number 7. Doug and Evie. Doug and Evie actually worked together when Evie designed cotillion gowns, and fans loved the match from the start. Doug is a pretty forward-thinking good guy. Remember when he told Evie to buy her own castle so she would never have to wait for a prince? Wow! Things hit a rough patch though when Evie covered up a trip to rescue Ben when she told him she was going camping. What? No, he didn't buy it, and neither does your villain princess. Evie probably meant well, but Doug confronted her and asked if she was seeing someone else. She said no, and that's where we left off. Will Evie make a bid for Ben? Will Doug fall in love with someone else? That's all we want to know in Descendants 3. Number 6. Jane and Carlos. You can tell from the previous Descendant movies that Carlos has a huge crush on Jane. In Descendants 2, the painfully shy Carlos tries to ask Jane to the cotillion, but never quite gets the words out. In fact, he tried 3 or 4 times. Then there was a little misunderstanding as to whether she considered him to even be boyfriend material. Finally, we see Carlos clarify matters and put her on the spot. They finally made it to the dance and looked amazing. So will they be dancing together in Descendants 3? Sure looks like it. Number 5. Harry and Uma. This is a very popular fan theory, so much so, in fact, that fan sites are calling the couple Huma. These two do spend a lot of time together on the ship, and they seem solidly in the bad camp, except for rare glimpses of goodness. Still, this match seems almost too obvious for Disney. We will find out soon, though, if they are a match. Which brings us to number 4, Mal and Ben. Okay, this one is obvious. Mal and Ben go way back, and I mean all the way back. Mal has swung wildly back and forth between casting a love spell on Ben to trying not to fall in love with Ben, and back again. But sometimes that is the way relationships work in real life. So this does make for a very nice and appropriate situation, and makes for a great Disney ending too. Good job, Disney. On the other hand, showing Mal and Ben as king and queen in the trailer would be telling us too much, too soon, and wouldn't leave any room for other storylines in Descendants 3. So could all that be just to set fans up for a surprise ending? More than possible. Number 3. Audrey and Chad charming. Audrey and Chad seem to be a solid match, almost from the start. But to make a long story shorter, it appears from some leaked behind-the-scenes photos that Audrey might have taken the same road back to being bad as Mal has. Or they at least have the same tailor and hairdresser. Audrey looks great in her new leather outfit and bright pink hair, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions about her whereabouts, and also leaves fans wondering, will Chad follow her to the dark side? Or will he pull her back into the good girl camp? And what happens next? Well, that will have to be revealed in a future video, so make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so Villy the Villain Princess can let you in on the future details of this and other Disney Channel news. Number 2. Ben and Uma. This long shot would be the ultimate reversal of fortunes and changing character. Disney loves a happy ending, but fans love the pirates and their bad sides, so this flip may flop with fans. We know that we see a smiling, in-love Uma next to Ben, with Ben explaining how this time with Uma on the island had seen something special happen. It doesn't explain what the special something is, but it certainly seems to hint that a romance could be in their future. The Uma and Ben as a couple idea could have two stunning potential outcomes. Either Uma will have to turn good in order to stay in Ben's good graces, or Ben will have to turn bad to be with her. A third possibility would lead to a breakup, freeing them both for other possibilities. Turning totally bad is a totally real possibility, opening up a completely new plotline for Descendants 3. Number 1. Jay and Lonnie. This entire discussion takes a lot of twists and turns, so hang on tight. Lonnie is an amazing athlete with Swords and Shields team aspirations, which were turned back when she found out she couldn't be on the team because she is a girl. She hung in there, and so did heartthrob Jay, who was impressed enough and smart enough to dig up a loophole in the Swords and Shields rules. This rule insisted that the team be made up of a captain and 8 men, so Jay brings her to practice, steps down as captain, and promotes her on the spot. That was pretty cool. Here's where things get weird though. Sources have noted that actress Diane Dillon, the actress who plays Lonnie, is not currently on the cast list for Descendants 3. Is this just a practical situation, or is Disney purposely waiting to put her on the cast list to keep the suspense going? Well, if it's a matter of suspense, it's working. So there are your list of possible sweethearts, Descendants fans. Those are the top 8 couples you might see in Descendants 3. And this is Billy, your villain princess. Thanks for watching, and as always, tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, and leave your comments below, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss out on all the latest Disney Channel news.